Alright guys, what is up and welcome back to Garry's Mods. So today we'll be taking a look at 3 more awesome mods, and that is going to be centered around the Predator, which if you guys don't know who the Predator is, well, someone just asked me to play Gmod. I'm already playing Gmod way ahead of you. But today we'll be taking a look at mods centered around the Predator. The Predator is from the Predator vs. Aliens movies, or just the Predator movies in general. And he's a very well-known movie icon, and we'll be taking a look at mods that pretty much turn us into him, or at least as close as we can in this game for now. So we're going to take a look at the first mod, which is the Predator Claw. Alright guys, so here we have the Predator Claw. So this is actually meant to be in TTT, I believe, but we're going to be using it in Sandbox for now. And it doesn't look the best, but it has pretty cool little animations that happen when you don't do anything, or you just move around. And it's a pretty decent weapon. Unfortunately, we do not get the Predator skin, like our hands don't actually look like we're the Predator. But that leads us to the next thing, and that is the Predator player model, which is not actually one of the main mods, but I guess it kind of can be. Just like in all my other 3 awesome mods videos, there's going to be way more than 3 mods. I'm using the stealth system to actually replicate stealth in some way, so I can sneak up behind people like Predator probably would do. We're in a dark forest. I also have other mods to showcase, but this is the player model right here. So really good looking player model. It actually looks really good when you attack and stuff, when you crouch. It actually does look somewhat like the Predator, which is awesome. So now I'm going to showcase exactly how this works. So with this, you can press R to taunt. You guys hear that? So that's pretty cool. You can actually do that to taunt. Right click to leap, but the leap is kind of wonky. Like, you see, it's like that. It doesn't really take you that far, and you have to, like, if you jump with it, I guess it kind of can be good, but yeah, I don't know. But anyway, we're going to showcase now right here. So as you can see, with the enhanced stealth mod enabled, this would be an instant kill, because we're behind him. Boom! Instantly destroyed, and I broke his back apparently. If you ask me, I'd rather just jump around. Like, moving around and jumping is pretty much the same as moving around and right-clicking. As you can see, I'm right-clicking now, right here. That's the right-click. And then the jump is like that. So it's pretty much the same thing. I mean, if you're like good, you can kind of like time them together and press them both together. But it's really hard. Actually, I think you can do the leap in midair. No, you cannot. Okay, but so that is the claw, but there's other mods to look at. Next up is the invisible cloak. Alright guys, so we have the stealth boy enabled. There's many cloak mods on the workshop. I didn't want to rehash some of the ones I've already used, so I tried looking for one that was different. This is the stealth boy, and you press right click and boom, you are now completely transparent, or at least relatively transparent. Here's what it looks like in third person. I actually recommend it in third person because, as you can see, when we switch back to our Predator blade, when you go into third person or first person, you can see that it doesn't actually hide your sweat. Your hands and everything, you can see it just like you normally could. But in third person, look at that. This looks freaking awesome. So unfortunately, the cloak does not actually affect your visibility in the stealth mod, which is really sad because I believe the other cloak I did actually did do that. He's running over to his buddy, trying to save him, but there's no saving him. He's going to be just as dead as his pal. Oh! Ugh. So I actually could have gotten an insta-kill there. Actually, I wonder if I could, like, leap and attack. Now I have to try. What the hell was that weird sound? Oh, it was the cloak going off. But yeah, guys, unfortunately, the cloak does not help you at all with getting detected, which is kind of stupid because that's kind of the point of the cloak. But it does look cool. So as you can see, guys, we already have a giant chunk of what the Predator is. We have invisibility, we have the player model, and we have his weapon. And we're pretty good at killing because this thing like one-shots when you get behind him. But what's the one thing the Predator has that's pretty like definitive? It's like iconic to the character, and that is the infrared vision that he has. What the? Stene? That's a weird name. That is infrared vision, or I forgot. I think it's infrared vision. Yes. Unfortunately, I looked everywhere on the workshop and I could not find infrared vision, but instead what I found was get ready for this, guys. I found thermal vision, which he would not have because that's usually something like scopes and things use in firearms, like guns and such. So when you hear that sound, that means the cloak is going off. Unfortunately, there's no way to manually turn the cloak off. You have to wait that long for it to be disabled. But this is pretty badass. So the thermal vision works. Alright guys, so to enable the thermal vision, you just gotta open up your console, type in toggle_FLIR, and boom, that activates. And you're probably saying, okay, I don't want to do that every time I go into the game if I want to actually activate it. Well, that is good because you can actually bind that to a key of your choosing. I chose N because nothing really uses N. So you type bind N toggle_FLIR. And now every time you press N, you can activate it on the fly just like that, which is pretty freaking awesome because it's going to go really well with the Predator. Alright guys, so I have placed plenty of Combine all around the map, and I'm going to see with our Predator powers, with these 3 awesome mods that we've been bestowed upon, can we use these to efficiently kill them without being detected? Let's find out. So I'm going to start off with using the Stealth Boy just to give us that edge. I don't actually know if it affects it at all. It might a little bit, but we already have our first target here. So we're going to activate the vision to really see where they are. And we can already see 4 right here. And look at that. Look how hard it is to see them without that. I can see one barely in the fog back there, but I can't see that way back there. Well, now I can. You can literally use this to your advantage, and it's quick. Just boom, 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 like that. Alright, so we're going to sneak up on this guy. Get a leap going. Ooh, you heard that. Insta-kill. Alright, so now we see him there. So now we're going to sneak over here and see if we can do this. Leap over this rock. Again, the leap is actually pretty bad. It sucks that you can't actually use it very well, but we can make do. Okay, so our cloak recently went off, so we're going to activate it again. And now we're going to go in with the Predator Blade. We're going to have to lunge for this one. Okay, I was close, but we did it. Now, where are the rest at? And you can actually use this in conjunction with a B, I believe. Yup. So you can zoom in. I guess that's kind of a Predator feature, but it's already in the game, so I won't mention it. And we actually have no clip enabled. Alright. We have one right here. And oh! We've alerted them. So now they're going to be looking for us. But we are the Predator, so we have an edge. Ooh. Oh! Okay, we're going to have to go ham now. What happened to my body? You killed the Predator! Alright, that's really lame. Well, unfortunately we died, but that's pretty much the gist of this. So that, my friends, were 3 awesome mods based around the Predator. Those are the most Predator-esque mods I could find throughout all of the workshop. But if you guys have a better suggestion of these mods, let me know down below in the comments. And if you want to suggest a mod, this is a creepy shack. If you want to suggest a mod, you can do that down below by leaving it in the description. In the comments section down below. But in the description you'll find my Facebook and Twitter, as well as my second channel where I do VR videos. If you want to check that out, it's the first link down below. And if you want to leave a like down below, you can do that by leaving a like or subscribing if you want to see more videos like this. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, farewell.